So it's an idea I've had for quite a long time, and it was kind of talked about with Steve Whitney, who started the Walk and Talk for Men. And we said how nice it would be to have some kind of meet-up, socialising, plus walking if you can or want to, for disabled people and their families, carers, friends, anything like that. And then it kind of went on the back burner for a while because of other projects. And then I recently was also in contact with the lady who set up Walk and Talk for Women with Kate. So she was also saying, oh, we need this. And I thought, yeah, this is time to kind of start the thinking of how we'd go about doing it. So the aim of it is firstly a social kind of group to meet up of any disability whatsoever, whether it's physical, mental, emotional, doesn't really matter. You can come on your own, you can come with anyone you like to support you. And the aim will be, we'll have some meetups which will be kind of just a social event, just chat about anything you want. Others will be actual walking, but with varying different distances. So maybe one kind of week will be a very short walk for people who would prefer to walk. Another could be a longer distance for people in powered wheelchairs, scooters, that kind of thing. And then we'd have maybe one for carers, which that would be more of kind of what the already established groups do, kind of a mental health check-in and kind of, talk about the really tricky and hard role that a carer has. So it's kind of social and kind of walking when able to, but there's no pressure on the walking. So that's why the walk isn't in the name.
But the talk is. A lot of the reasons behind Walk and Talk for Men, Walk and Talk for Women was to walk and to talk about mental health issues, to talk about the issues that people have, to share their problems or whatever. Disabled people are not immune from mental health issues. In fact, I'd imagine there are probably quite a few mental health issues going on and concerns and fears. Is this also another way of giving support to other people from people who presumably have a shared lived experience?
Definitely. I think it would work as well as any other support groups I've been involved in the past, where you might have someone, like you say, very new to being disabled, or having someone they know disabled, or someone who's like myself had something going on for years and can pass down tips and wisdom and help with any kind of local issues too, because the aim is for it to be local, and also it will obviously be affiliated with Access and St Neots. So if there is one or more people saying, oh, we're having real problems with X, Y and Z, then I can then look into it more if they want me to as well. So it's kind of a bit of a brainstorming group as well, and to share woes, share annoyances, have a bit of event if they want. So it hopefully, I'm not aware there's anything like this in this area at the moment. So again, hopefully, if it's successful, more people will do it.
When are you hoping to have an inaugural meeting? Is there a date yet, or are you still in the planning stages?
Still in the planning stages. I'm hoping that I don't want to curse the weather, but when it's slightly nicer, and it seems to be moving that direction, in the summer. So at the moment, there's a lot of projects on the go, and I'm hoping at the St Neots Festival, where I'm going to have a stall, I'll be promoting Roll and Stroll, and I'd love people's ideas. If they have any other things I'd like to have at a meetup, or if they've got ideas for walks and things. Obviously, all the walks will be accessible. They're not going to be any kind of issues there. So it's nice to get people's input before anything is set up, which is always my message for access things. So in my mid-20s, I was very active. Even though I'd had issues all through my teens, I used to do the Race for Lives. I was actively jogging every week, running every week, swimming, quite active. And then when things suddenly went downhill, anyone deconditions, basically, if you've been active and then suddenly you're not for a long period or anything like that. And with my particular health condition, it's very reliant on keeping even mildly active. Otherwise, you get a lot worse. So I did join a support group with the only charity in the UK that helps out my condition. It's called EDS UK. And there were regional support groups which helped because, again, like any condition, it varies county to county, even countrywide as well, what support's there. So I met people with my condition and we all had very similar issues with all sorts of things. And I was probably with them nearly 10 years and that massively helped. And that went through all the stages because at the moment I have people that I'm helping who are at the beginning stages where you have all sorts of things going on. You're angry, the fact that your life's changed and that it's hard to get appointments or the waiting list's 2 or 3 years long and all that kind of thing. And I've been through all of that and it's horrible. But I'm at the other end of it. And now I'm hoping people will see that if, they can get through that as well. So having a support group makes a huge difference, even though it's not everyone's cup of tea. But I find, if it's kind of tailored to what you want, that's why it's nice to hear from people what they'd actually want, because some people they want to escape all their stuff. They don't want to sit around and talk about all their ailments, whereas some people do. So that's why it would be nice to vary it slightly, I think.
So there are support groups for people, but by the same token, what you're hoping to get with Roll and Stroll is if people want to talk about an issue, then people can listen. And if they just want to not talk about anything but what you're seeing and what you're talking, or life or football or whatever, then you can do that too. It's just basically them knowing that you have someone there for them if they need them.
Definitely. And to feel included, like, I don't know, wander around the park if you do want to walk around and not feel like people would be staring at you because you have, I don't know, a wheelchair, a crutch, a rollator, whatever age you are. It's always nice to be there in kind of more than a few people and kind of, you just feel very much more supported, I think. So yeah, that would be nice too. It's basically, again, something that's been in the pipeline for a while, but the idea was originally to get 10 businesses, because that's a even number, nice number to use, all in St Neots, who either can't be accessible because the inside of the shop might be very small, or their landlord's saying that they can't adjust maybe the entrance, or they do have access such as a ramp, etc., but they don't advertise the fact that they actually have one. So the idea is to gift a wireless doorbell plus a sign that says, please ring here for attention, with a little disabled symbol, so that people know that's what it's for, not just a regular doorbell. And just to improve, I suppose, doorstep or pavement appeal, so that you don't look at the shop and think, well, I can't get in there. And so far we have 3 businesses signed up, all of which are very willing and again, a whole mixture of different issues why they can't be accessible. And that is the only criteria, really. We kind of want places that either have tried their best and can't unfortunately be accessible, or they are and they just need something at the entrance to help people assist in asking for help at the door. So one of them, for example, has said that they can serve people at the door, they can bring a card machine to the door, and you can pre-order online and all that kind of thing. But if it's a busy day, you could be waiting outside for 5 or 10 minutes, whereas if you press the bell, the person in the shop then knows you're waiting because that's the access bell sound, and they'll hopefully come and greet you and see how they can help. So I need 7 more businesses. So if anyone wants to nominate themselves or another business, then, like I say, the criteria is that they have to be open to being accessible. That's pretty much it.
So you've got sorry.
Yes, I'm hoping to promote this so that we get all 10.
So you've got the doorbells now.
That's all right.
The ring bells.
I actually have the doorbells.
You do? And what sort of business are you qualify? The 3 businesses you have signed up, would you be able to?
I can happily say what they are. So we've got Sweet Paradise in Crosskeys Mews. They are amazing, and inside is obviously very small, and they have got a website you can pre-order on, and then they're lovely. They'll come to the door and serve. Then we have Bohemia, which is a complete opposite example. They have got ramps. They have got one of my little signs already, but there's no way of getting their attention if you do need to go inside. So they definitely kind of, in my eyes, kind of deserve the doorbell because they're trying really hard. Yeah. They just need that extra kind of thing. And then Wood Green Animal Charity Shop on the High Street as well. They already have a ramp and a little sign. But again, they're a charity as well. So giving them a doorbell will be beneficial. And all these things are obviously pre-checked with the landlords to make sure that, you know, they're happy. We're not going to just slap a doorbell somewhere and then they get told off. So we're making sure it's all above board. And again, funded, well, through Access and St Neots, but the Town Council grant aid has funded this, which I bid in for last year. So, so the funding wouldn't be there if they hadn't done that. So that's very nice of them.
And I know Wood Green, we went out and I know Wood Green said afterwards that they had trouble seeing from their counter anyone through to the doorstep, so the bell would be useful. Where can people get in touch if they are a business in St Neots? Where can they get in touch with you, or how can they find out more details, or indeed get a bell?
Well, there's the Facebook page, which is just at Access in St Neots. You can message me on there, or email, which is accessinstneots, which is all one word, lowercase, at gmail.com. They're the best ways to get in contact. There is a website, but again, that's being updated and that's in the process. So it's much easier and quicker to get me via Facebook or email. So, yeah.